Hello everyone, and I thought I'd go live with this one, but the reason why it's quicker than uploading. Okay, so hi everyone. I wanted to look at the fact of Thomas still kind of this ongoing feud now between Thomas and Meghan, and what's your thoughts on that, guys? Sorry, I'm moving the camera a little bit. What's your thoughts on that? Do you feel that he has a right as a father, having financed her through university, as he says? I mean, he says that he's done that, and having kind of worked hard and supported her through university, that he has a right now to. This is like an open kind of discussion. Do you feel he's got a right to do that to his daughter and get his money back? And get his money back. I don't know about you. I feel, because I'm a parent too, and I kind of, if my child or my daughter became very famous, I'm sure that I would not do this to her, but everybody to their own. Okay, I'm sure. I definitely would not claim to say that I'm going to do, even if she cut me off. Even if she cut me off and said, I'm famous now, I don't want anything to do with you, I would kind of keep that door open, for a later time and hand out an olive branch. Eventually, children come around, don't they? Children come around, but if you keep doing this, I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? Have you experienced this? Have you cut any of your children off like this? I want to know, like, a discussion on this. I must admit, I'm being biased here, but my own opinion, I would not do that. I'd stay quiet until, and I'd ignore the paparazzi until my daughter came to me. That's the way I would deal with it. So, hi, I just thought I'd come on live, and I'm sorry if it's the middle of the night there in America, but it's quicker. It's quicker for me to do this than make a video, then upload it, and then, put it on later. So I just thought I needed to get this story out. So everybody's got their own opinions then. I'm having to sit on the fence here because, as you know, I'm being attacked right and left and centre for having free speech. And the reason being is that, well, I'm not going to go on about it too much, but YouTube is open to anyone to join in. And this is why I don't like to say too much on this platform. So please, although you should be able to say what you like in the chat there. So hi everyone. So let's have a look at this, because this was published today in the UK. And yeah, I kind of agree with some of you there in the chat. I certainly do. Okay. So let's have a look at this article here. I mean, we've all got our problems, family problems, and the only thing is with the royals and with Meghan and Thomas and Harry is that they are, I don't feel like, somebody sent me a comment saying, I would rather live in a caravan and live, than live in Buckingham Palace with all that scrutiny. So, and me, myself, I think, yeah, if I had a choice, you can live in Buckingham Palace tomorrow. You can marry one of the princes. I mean, what would your answer be to that? Because your freedom is just kind of taken away. So let's have a look here at this. It's this is published by the Mail Online. So I am going by what's been published in the newspapers today. And exclusive first look is the headline with the scrutiny. As he slams the royal couple again, he wishes they could reunite. Well, you know, have we had children? Put your point there. Sorry, my ear is itching. It's live and my ear is itching. Sorry. Any of you as parents, well, your daughter mainly, who is immature and insecure, and not only are they having to mother their own children, they're having to kind of mother a stunted man-child, and you can see this, but there's not an awful lot you can do about it. So I think this is saying. And again, I'm going to sit on the fences. If you feel that that you know you can actually relate to this, please put your comments and actually what you feel. There's not only that. There's things coming out about. I'm not going to mention the name Prince A in the news. And again, if I mention what's going on with Prince A, and this will not be shown. So I'm trying to. But then again, if you want to come where it's free speech, and I have to be careful about ads and things like that, then come to Patreon. And I'm not. You don't have to. You can put with this palaver if you wish, but. You know, please come over if you want to do that. I've got lots of benefits there for patrons. I'll mention that at the end, actually, so you know what to do if you do want to do that. So let's have a look here. Meghan Markle's estranged father. Well, I don't like the word. I think it's a horrible word to use for a family member. Estranged sibling, estranged wife, estranged, you know, it just sounds horrible. So and it says here, if I can get rid of these ads here, ads everywhere. Just bear with me one moment. It's a little bit slow. Yeah, so estranged father. I have got a little bit of a slow internet, so please let me know if you are getting a good coverage there. This is just have to bear with me, sorry, because this is live, and okay, I'll go by this. Okay, Harry and Meghan have been faced with intense scrutiny since they made their bombshell announcement they were resigning as senior royals after just 20 months of marriage. And again, I get this sense of, and I'll pull out some cards here, I get this sense of Harry again running away, you know, again from being a grown-up. And is that what Thomas is saying here? Is Thomas saying that, you know, this insecurity with Harry, you know, with his own family, that he has to run away from being a prince all the time? But I covered this in a previous reading. The more he runs away, the more he will be chased by the global media, and I think that's just human nature. I feel if you run away from something and you don't face it, it runs with you. It wants to know what's your secrets, why you're hiding, and all this kind of thing. So it may be this runaway child here that's never grown up, this runaway train wreck. Sorry, that's a bit severe to say, but like a runaway train wreck that's never grown up, a loose cannon, if you like. Has Meghan married a loose cannon? What's your thoughts on that? I mean, we have delved into this in other readings many kind of months ago, but this is something else. Okay. So Meghan Markle's estranged father has spoken out about his rift with his daughter and Prince Harry for an upcoming TMZ special airing on Fox. Wow, he's on the bandwagon too, isn't he, with the interviews? So is he copying what Meghan's doing to, well, if you're doing it, if you're going to do your interviews, I'm going to jump in there first because you're going to talk about me. You're going to start to talk about your father, the way that you've been treated. So I'm going to get in there first. So lots of inroads, lots of labyrinth here. Shall I continue with this on an uncut reading? I don't think I have to. I don't feel this renders an uncut reading on Patreon, but I feel this, like, I get this feeling of, gosh, that's a great idea. I think I will do the same. It's a money earner, and let me get on that bandwagon of interviews. So it comes after Harry and Meghan's shock decision earlier this month. You see, they've left themselves open to everyone here, even Thomas, because now they're not being protected by the royal family, or that's the way it seems. So, it's fair game. It's kind of fair game, and I'm not saying that in a horrible way. I'm saying that in a realistic life way. This is life. This is what people do. It's human nature. If you take away that protection, you're leaving yourself wide open to all this and even more scrutiny, I feel. Thomas Markle said he believes Harry is a very insecure man and that Meghan was taking the brunt of the criticism for her husband. So do you feel that Harry is actually hiding behind Meghan? Because that's, looking in between the lines there, it seems that Thomas is saying that Harry is hiding behind her apron, like a mummy. And I think we have done readings on that. Let's have a look at your comments. We have done readings on that, certainly about Meghan being Harry's mummy. So let's have a look. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming here. And if you're in the United States, I know it's early, and I'm sorry. Welcome, everybody from across the world, Australia, England, Europe. Thank you for joining. I didn't expect anyone at this time, so thank you for coming here and supporting me. So trying to keep on the fence now because I am allowed free speech, and that's the way it goes. Is there a buffering? I'm really sorry if it's buffering. It doesn't say that it's buffering here, but let me know. Is it buffering? I hope it's not buffering because this is the only internet that I've got here. So let's have a look here, as long as you can still hear me. Okay, well, I don't get any problem here with the connection. No, I don't see any, there's no problem here with it. Anyway, let's continue. I may have to move around to get a better connection. So I do apologise if it's a bad connection. I hate that when that happens because it disrupts the show. It's buffering a bit. Not bad. Oh, look again, I'm sorry, guys, about that. I'll try to amend that in the next few days. And it's trial and error because it's live, and I'm in a new area too. So it's the way it goes. So what's your thoughts on that? Because I just wanted to look at your comments here. Do you feel that Harry has kind of hidden behind Meghan's apron strings and is like a surrogate mummy? Because she is a strong character. She is a strong character. She's also believable. She seems very steely. She doesn't come across as, although she was clinging on to Harry, but she doesn't come across too much that she's scared of the camera. Or is that just acting? So let's have a look here. Tani, I don't think Harry is hiding. He could be having a mental breakdown. To move to Canada, if he really is there. I think if you go through some, I'm not saying Harry, but I'm sitting on the fence, but if you go through some kind of mental breakdown, you tend to run away. You tend to run away from where the source is coming from or adding to it. But the thing is with Harry, he's never going to be able to run away from his background, and that's where it's sad. Okay, he's never going to be able to run away to the fact that he is a prince, and running and running and running, and it seems like it's coming across like that now, isn't it? Like it's just running from the UK, then running to Canada. And then the paparazzi follow the global media. As I did that reading, are the global media going to follow them? So the global media follow them there, and all that the UK media have to do is read their newspapers to get the news and say, according to this certain newspaper in America or Canada, there is this situation. That's all they have to do. So, you know, this cycle goes on. So it's a shame. It's sad for Harry that he cannot run away from who he is, and it's sad that Harry is not happy with who he is. I mean, how do we? How would from the universe, from the divine, give a spiritual advice to Harry how to accept who he is? I think that would be solve the problem. And is that manning up? Is that manning up here? Now I get maybe Thomas has got there's some truth in this, because I feel that I think there's some truth in this, because if Harry's running away from himself and he cannot man up, and he's an insecure man, and he's treating Meghan like his mommy, then how is and something he's always done, how is he ever going to grow up? And or has he been spoilt so much that he's never going to grow up? So I just feel, you know, that there's no conspiracies on here. Thank you for blocking that person. You know, I hate being dragged into conspiracy theories, because I don't do that. I work from the divine, and I think people are have a misconception of my channel. They try to drag it into some kind of dirt, and it's not like that. Okay. So how could actually it's a matter of Harry becoming down. It's not going to change, is it? So sorry about the connection. Oh God, isn't it just crazy trying to get a connection on YouTube? I don't feel it's here because I've got the best internet here you can buy. So I don't know whether it's YouTube. So I apologise for, you know, I've got the top Wi-Fi connection here. So sorry, cable, and I don't understand why we're not getting a good connection, but that's the way it is. We have to cope with these situations on here, okay? It's Wild West YouTube as it's become. I don't know about you guys. I'm sick of being in the Wild West, and I hope one day that you will come over to Patreon and see how lovely it is. I will do some live shows on there, and it's not because I'm trying to make money. I just want to get away from this Wild West, wouldn't you? Want to get away from the Wild West and live in a peaceful place, because that's what it's like. That's what it's like. Okay. So, yeah, it's YouTube. Yeah, I know. And it's interfering with the show. Somebody feels, again, it's somebody does kind of, just wants to interfere with the show. And the trolls do your head in. I mean, I uploaded that thing about, do you believe that Archie's a doll? I'm not going to go through that. Okay, I think you know that I don't want to be dragged into that conspiracy. I've told everybody that I don't want to be part of a conspiracy channel at all. I'm not like that. I work from the divine and pure energies. Okay. It's funny, really. I actually look back at that video that I did, but at the time I was upset. And I look back about being bullied by Archie the doll, and I look back and I kind of found it quite. I found it crazy, nutty, crazy town, and thought, I can't believe that I did a video on being bullied by Archie the doll. It's believable, and people are crazy. I wasn't laughing when I did that, but when I look back on that, if you've not seen that, go and have a look. I was just so upset. I've been bullied by Archie the doll, death threats and all sorts. But hey ho, you couldn't make it up. You just couldn't make it up at all. So let's get back onto this subject. Thank you for being here. You're amazing, all of you. Okay. It is, and I was really upset by that. I felt really threatened by it, but now I'm laughing because how crazy is it? It's the Wild West, it's lawless, isn't it? We should call YouTube lawless, because that's what it is. It's just nuts. And how can you have a grown-up channel on YouTube? It's just nuts. It's hysterical. So yeah, because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Please don't put that on. I should have said that really instead of Archie and doll. I'm not a conspiracy reader at all. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your support, guys. And I wanted to come on live because it's quicker. Okay. And I'm sorry about the connection. I'm going to have to move to get the right connection. So I feel that Thomas has got a point, that I think he's kind of looked into this, how he's always on the run. He's now hiding. It feels like he's hiding behind his daughter, and she's ruling the roost. In fact, she's actually got control over Harry. And yeah, I can understand Thomas saying, "Well, I don't like it that my daughter's getting the blame for this," but she's getting the blame because Harry is agreeing with everything that she's saying. And how can, asking her, how do I get out of this, this thing that I'm running away from? How do I get away from this that I'm running away from of being a prince? You just have to leave the royal family if that's, that's not going to stop Harry, is it? Giving up his title, giving up his being royal, he feels that if I do that, and I feel that's advice from Meghan, I don't know about you, but if he gives up his royal status, that's it, it's finished. I don't have to run anymore. But looking outside of their curtains, think, hang on, We've given up our royal status, yet we've got all these camera people outside who are Canadian. So I feel that the root of this is Harry has not been brought up. I forget about the Diana thing. He's not been brought up to fend for himself, has he? And I feel you only become very grounded and strong within yourself if you're given the guidance to be like that, And you can't keep sending your child to detox at some kind of detox kind of priory or wherever it is, and from drugs, because he's trying to escape all the time, and feel that that's being a parent. Now, I'm not saying that's true, but I feel it's that kind of parenting that if there's anybody wrong, if he's confused, if he's not knowing which road to go down, if he's lost, then let's send him to some kind of retreat and get him detoxed. You know, it's sticking your head in the sand, and let's face it, Charles is pretty good at that, isn't he? Sticking his head in the sand, and I've said that before. I think so. I picked that up. Real parenting skills, real parenting skills. Helping your children, but allowing them to ground themselves, and learning and teaching them to strive for goals. Not to chase rainbows, but to strive for goals to complete, and to actually feel as if you're doing something profound in your life. Now, you may say, well, he is doing something profound. He's got all these charities that he works with, but he does not feel profound within himself. I don't want to go into psychology, philosophy, and all that kind of thing, but I think it's crucial for you to stop running away to feel actually profound within yourself, and look at your life like a movie. Why did this happen to me? Okay, I had a father that was useless, pathetic, had affairs, got people pregnant. I'm not saying Charles, but had a love child, and messing around with, and was unable to do that. And if you look back at your life as a movie, and we were just like objects of that spoiled kind of Prince Charles, who is now going to be the future king. I think it would take a lot of digging deep for Harry to actually feel strong, and to feel grounded, and to actually feel he's doing something profound. Otherwise, it's just going to keep running, and still going to be this runaway train wreck. He's caught his train all right, hasn't he? He's caught his train, Meghan, and she's hurling him along into celebrity land, and that's a very uncomfortable place to be, because he's never going to escape. I can see that he likes his life very peaceful. I feel that Harry, and you may disagree with this, but I pick up as Harry liking to run away to places that are remote. And I keep saying this. He would be happy living off grid. He would be happy sustaining his own electricity with few visitors. Yeah, visitors coming, family, William, Kate, let's go walk into the wilderness and enjoy the beautiful countryside. And my alarm is coming on just as I'm saying this, so excuse me. Okay, sorry about this. So I put that alarm on because I've got a phone call to do in about half an hour. So, but I will be going in half an hour. Okay. So I was getting really into that, guys. That I was getting really into that, and really intuitively digging deep into what's going on here. So the true personality of Harry, intuitively, how I picked this up. And Harry, if you're watching this, I know you hate me. I know you hate me, but my heart is in the right place, okay? If you see this for what it is, and really get to know who you are in an authentic sense of, I do like to live remotely. I would love to live off grid. I would love to, be some sort of wildlife manager. That would be my wildest dreams, to go to Africa and live on these, these elephant kind of helping nature, restoring nature back how it should be. I think that would be is amazing kind of dream. But he's not going towards his dream. He's going towards his nightmare, and that worries me, I think. So, in terms of saying, look, Meghan is being Harry's mom, I think Harry is very vulnerable because he's still running and he's still searching. And it's because he's not had that upbringing of finding that centered, strong kind of authenticity to stand still, live in the moment and breathe it in and say, this is who I am. I'm never going to escape this, so I have to accept this. But I now choose the life I want to be as a royal, which could be living out in Africa, having a ranch there, having his polo ponies there and all that kind of thing, and visiting other places to do his royal duties, and then going back to the life that he loves. You see, you're never going to take this authenticity away, because I feel this is who Harry truly is, authentically, spiritually. Sustaining his own water, all this kind of thing, living, like treetops was where the Queen used to go. That's when they first started to love Africa. Treetops was above, I think, on stilts kind of thing, and they could just watch wild animals walking around underneath them. And, driving around in jeeps and all that kind of thing. That would be Harry's dream life. So if he came to me and I'm saying, like, I doubt if he will, but to get onto his spiritual path, because that's what I do. I help people to get onto their spiritual paths. I'm a spiritual coach, life coach. So if I helped somebody like Harry to get onto his spiritual path, I would be saying, your spiritual path, who are you? Who are you? And that's everybody here, Go back to when you felt your most happiest and most whole, and you felt as if this is me, this is just who I am. Go back to that. And if you've never found that, it's still out there for you to find. And they say people go and find themselves, people go and find themselves. Well, this is what people do when they go and find themselves. I think Harry did find himself. But then he returns back to this royal life, and he's the clown of the family again. You know. I do see spiritually, intuitively that how and remember this. Remember this for as long as you can remember it. Okay, because this is like a premonition. I see Harry when he's around 50, 47, 50, in sort of clothing that's compatible to really high temperatures. Because when Harry gets to around 50, the climate change is going to be changing, and places like Africa, Australia the temperatures will be extreme. So he's wearing clothes, some sort of clothing that's I think it's too expensive for us to buy, but it's clothing that deflects heat, a very thin clothing. And whether that's going to be designed in the future, I don't know. But I get like clothing that is designed for very high temperatures. And I see Harry wearing like this shirt with this red hair, maybe a lot thinner at that point. I get him also put on some weight at that point, not too much, just a little bit more chunky, but happy, and walking around this ranch, which is in a very hot country, such as I get Africa, and he's at his element, and that's who he is. But I don't feel he's going to find that till he's around. I get around 52. He will just keep going back to that. He'll keep revisiting, but he'll realise that that's where he belongs. Okay. I think he would have gone there, but Meghan, no way would Meghan have accepted Africa as her home. I think the African tour was very much to try to persuade her to go and live in a ranch out there, but I think she said no. What about Canada? Canada's got some really remote places you can live off grid. Enticing him to Canada. Now they're in Canada. Guess what's happening now? You tell me what's happening now. I'm going to let you use your intuition. What's happening now? They're in Canada. She's enticed him to go off grid in the wilderness in Canada. I'm going to let you use your intuition on this. What do you feel is going to happen next? I think you probably know already, but I think this was pre-planned. And let's have a look at your comments. Okay, so maybe they might try Siberia. Not quite, no. What's that? Jonah. Hi, Jonah. Chelsea would have, as she loves it as much as Harry. So sad, those two. Yeah, I think that's a shame. But I feel that Chelsea Davies met somebody a lot more grown, already there, already defined in his character and knows what he wants. So it's a shame. It is a shame. But they're still friends. I think they'll still be friends. Yeah, problems, absolutely. I think, Laurie, problems follow you wherever you go. And I think that's what will happen. Yeah. What's that, Paula? This is the problem. People from different countries need to decide where they want to live. Yeah. She has a rich guy lined up already. I think there's quite a few men that find her very attractive, and sexy, really do. And it's just, again, I don't feel it's authentic. I think it's just, oh, if I could sleep with Meghan, or if I could date Meghan, or if I could get involved with Meghan, I'd like that. I think there is rich guys that would like to do that. Absolutely. Well, I don't think anybody's answered what my thoughts were on it intuitively. I can see where you're going with this, but the way that I see this intuitively, Meghan enticed him to go because he was thinking about Africa, which is like wilderness and all this wildlife, and you know what Harry likes. So she enticed him to go, well, there's bears out in Canada and all this kind of thing. So and he went with that. Because it's like a compromise, isn't it? Well, it's not Hollywood. It's not a concrete metropolis like New York. So Canada sounds pretty good to me. It was like a compromise, but now they're there. She's saying, I can't live in this isolation anymore. Now she's saying this, okay, I can't live in this isolation. I want to go and live in LA. And I mean, can you believe that? That must have been very pre-planned right from the beginning. Yeah, notch on the bedpost, absolutely, Paula. I don't feel it's, I won't continue with that, going down that route, but I can see where you're saying. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but this is free flow. So I'm just free flowing at the moment. I'm just picking up whatever's coming through, and I hope the connection's okay. So what I'm going to do, I wrote these cards yesterday, and they're messages from the divine. Okay, I'm going to write lots and lots of these cards, and they're messages from the divine. So I want to pick out here. I need to do a lot more of these messages from the divine. Okay, and affirmations. So I want to pick out one for Harry. Let's see here, because I feel he's a runaway. I feel it's scary, and I think the royal family are kind of realizing this is scary, and he's just running away, and they have to try to work this out, but the only person can work it out. I think the way to do this, if the royal family are stuck in trying to get him to be grounded, is to help him realize where he's happiest. At the moment, he's saying with Meghan. Okay, well, if you're happiest with Meghan, then we have to let you go with Meghan. Yeah, I've got these. I thought, well, I get a lot of messages from the divine and spiritually and intuitively. So I thought I'd write them down. Okay, so I've done that. So I'm going to write them, spend a lot of time writing these down when I'm sat watching the TV or something, and these come through. So I'm picking one out here for Harry without looking. You can see me flicking through these. I'll pick one out for Harry. Please give us a message for Harry to help him to become more grounded, feel more profound, feel more authentic within himself. Wow. Oh, excuse my writing there, but that writing there, it's terrible writing. I was scribbling it down. And it says here, you are taking action today. Now, this is a message from the divine. Harry, you are taking action today. You are taking it today towards your authenticity. So that's that I wrote down, the message from the divine. You are taking your action today. Take your action today towards your authenticity. That is the message from the divine to Harry. Wow. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to write lots more of those, a little bit of an idea of mine. Okay, I hope you like that. And I'm also going to do a Pathways daily reading today too. So that's for all of us. So it's something, and I'll write more of those down so I can use it on the daily reading. So I will be doing that. I'm also going to, if you're on Patreon, I'm going to upload on Patreon. Patreon today, okay. Yvonne, what's that Debbie said? Yvonne, you were just saying what the card said. Yes, I was, yeah. And it's got lots of other messages on it. It could have been any one of those messages. Look, you are calm and relaxed. You are wiser. Well, he hasn't come to that stage yet, has he? You are calm and relaxed. You are wiser. No, because he's not even found who he is. So the one that I did pick out, take your action today towards your authenticity. Amazing. Okay. I love doing this, and this is what I do the best. Okay. So sending you guys, we've had no trolls. Wow. Maybe somebody's listening in and seeing that they understand what I'm doing now. So I'm going to say, yeah, thank you, Debbie said. You're always kind of saying come to Patreon. Thank you. I must give you must get on the payroll. Yeah, you must. Okay. So look out for that. In about a couple of hours, I'll do a daily read on here. And what I'll do it live, but I'll move it. I'll possibly move it where the connection's better. Okay. Sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. And I want to just send a message here, because I get down to the root of the problem here. And let's summarize the root of this problem. Thomas says that Harry is insecure. Now, let's dig deep there. And summarizing this, he's saying that he's blaming Meghan. And yes, in a way, he's saying, man up, man up. He's not going to be able to man up until he's found who he is he? His authenticity, same as this message I picked out there. Well, who he truly is, where he truly belongs, where he feels the most happiest within himself as an individual, as a person, as a human being. So until he finds that, I feel he'll keep on running. And I feel this is the bottom line here, okay. This is what this reading is about. And I feel this is what Thomas is trying to get to, the spiritual meaning here of where he needs to get himself. And come on, Harry, you could be a higher vibration. You could rise above this running away. You could do that. You could do it. There's no need to use drugs or anything like that to do it. There's no need to run away to Canada. There's no need to run. You just have to say who you are, that you just love. I love my sports. I love my polo. I love my rugby. I love getting dirty. I love getting my hands dirty. I love going to Africa. I love wildlife. I love being, sustaining myself. I hate metropolis. Just looking at who you are and digging deep. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, guys. And that's for all of us to learn from too, to find out who we truly are in our spirit and our soul. So sending you love and lots of blessings, guys. And I'll be back for a personal daily reading in about 2 hours. Okay, so please join me. Love you all. Okay. And I'm not going to keep saying get to Patreon, but actually we've had no trolls today. So they're probably seeing me as a real authentic person. So that's good, isn't it? So sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. Have a great day, everyone. See you in 2 hours, and please join me for an elevating session of the daily read. Okay, and bye for now. Bye-bye.